Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today I'm here with a new scrapbooking process video. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you enjoy. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome, and I would love it if you would become a subscriber. You can also click on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video up. Alright, folks, let's get going! Hi everyone, and welcome to my first video as a member of the design team of scrapbookingstore.com. Today I have a video where I'll be using the November 2019 kit. That kit was actually a collection kit from Echo Park from the line Celebrate Autumn. I'm also going to be working with the embellishment upgrade, and if you want to see these in detail, I did do an unboxing video. I will link that either at the end of this video or below in the description box. I'm going to be working with two photos today. I actually just took these a couple of days ago. There are a bunch of leaves in my yard, and it is actually going to pour tomorrow, so we are not bothering to rake these all up because we're going to get a ton falling down tomorrow. So I'm like, well, they're on the ground. I think I'll go take the dogs and pop them over there and see if they'll let me take their picture. They did. And they both look incredibly worried. I don't know what they thought I was going to do, but all I was going to do is take their picture. All right, I'm starting to natter on. I'm going to go ahead, get started on this. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do 100% yet. So I got to think on it. Sometimes when I'm starting a new kit, that can actually be the hardest part because you just have so many options. So I'm gonna see what strikes my fancy once I start getting going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get you put on fast forward. So let's get going. All right, so I'm going to take my embellishments and just move them off to the side because I'll start working with those later. I'm going to start going through the paper, and since I've got a whole collection kit to play with, it can be really easy to get bogged down in trying to find out the perfect paper. So what I do is once I find something that, I like the look of, I just go with it. And as I was flipping through the papers, this plaid piece was right next to the burlap piece, and I thought, ooh, I actually really like the way the two of those work together. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So that plaid piece is called Autumn Acorns. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off two sides of the paper in about 2 inches approximately. And then I'm going to take the burlap paper, which is called Fall is Fun, and I'm going to trim about an inch off of two sides, I think. Something along those lines. Yeah, I think it's an inch. Don't remember now. Um, so what I'm going to be creating is a layout that has that plaid border on the left and upper hand sides. And what I'm going to use is my mat, which has a 12 by 12 measurement on the center. And I'm just going to use that to make sure I am a full 12 by 12. Obviously, if you don't have a mat like this, you can simply use a ruler to do this if you have uh, a desire to make a design like this where you've got the edging just on two sides. So once I do that, I'm pulling out some pieces of paper because I want to put a mat on my photo. I like the way the B side of the plaid, or I guess actually the plaid is probably the B side. I like the way that the acorn piece looks, but I didn't like all that dark around my photo. So I grabbed this other piece of paper with the orange and aqua leaves, and I'm going to mat my photos on that first. And I'm just doing a basic 1/4 inch mat or 1/8 of an inch mat, nothing fancy or anything. This piece of paper is called Fall Owls. And on the other side are owls, which is why it's called Fall Owls. I use a lot of B-sides in my scrapbooking. I just find they fit my style more. And I've always been a big fan of saying you should use your supplies the way they suit you. So whether that be, you only work with B-sides, or you trim up your die cuts, or you do something I'm going to do in a bit, which is fussy cut out, cut apart 3 by 4 square, not square, but rectangle. So I'm thinking I want something to do uh, my journaling with, so I'm going to use one of the 3x4s. Before I get to that, showing you where I'm going to place my photo. And the reason for me placing my photo down there at the bottom is because I've got that big chunk of plaid up at the top, so I need to balance that. So I'm going to be using the 3x4 journaling card sheet, and I'm going to trim out one of the rectangles. I'm actually going to choose this one here, which has that tag with the stripe around it. But when I go ahead and place it up against my photos, everything just looks really square. And I was just bothered by the size of that. So what I'm going to do instead is fussy cut out that piece. So just the tag portion is around it. I'm then going to take some Distress ink in Gathered Twigs, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up that tag piece just to kind of get rid of the mistakes that I made. And then I'm going to do some just messy inking on the photos as well, just so that the tag isn't the only thing that has ink on it. I'm much happier with the size and the shape of this. So now I decide I'm going to start pulling out my embellishments. I haven't glued my photos down yet because I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do. I was thinking I wanted to use one of those border stickers, and I didn't know if where I was going to run it along, whether I was going to go under my photo or underneath my photo, if you make the sense, whether it would go behind the photo, I guess would be a better choice of words, or underneath the photo. I decide I'm going to have it run behind my photo. So rather than use the whole thing, I'm just going to trim out bits of it. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling because I decided I want to pop my journaling up on some foam dots. And so in order to do that, I want to do my journaling first because otherwise it's going to be very awkward trying to write on a foam backed piece of cardstock. So I go ahead and get that over to the left of my photos, and here's where I decide I want to use the leaf border sticker, but it's so pretty. I don't want to use the whole thing if it's just going to be hidden behind my photo. So I just trim off about a third of it and then add it on either end and trim off the little piece of leaf that is hanging off the edge of my paper. So I mentioned in the beginning that I wanted to take some photos of the dogs, and they were both concerned greatly that I had taken them out of doors in order to murder them. I don't know why. We treat our animals quite well. They are our much beloved pets. But Sadie, who's over on the right hand side, she was shiver shaking so bad. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get. I mean, this photo shoot literally lasted all of 5 minutes per animal. Basically, me getting them out to that part of the yard, having them sit and look at the camera. That was it. I only took like 2 photos of them each. And then Archie just looked quite concerned that harm was going to come to him. So it was a photo shoot that I could handle. All right, so I added another floral sticker underneath, layered underneath the journaling sticker, and then I took one of the embossed butterflies and I layered that over the journaling sticker. That also has foam underneath it. So all I did was trim out the part that was going to lie on top of the tag, and so it wasn't an extra foam piece on top of the tag, because I like a little dimension, but I don't like a ton of dimension. And Xanthi is telling me the story of her people. I apologize. So over on the lower right-hand side on the photo, that is Sadie. Oh, the other dog's name is Archie, if I didn't say that earlier. I used a thankful sticker from the Element sticker sheet, and then I pulled in a couple of butterfly stickers from the add-on. Now I'm pulling out these stickers from my stash. They are called Spooktacular, and they are a gold chipboard, very thin piece of chipboard over some black foam. And so I'm going to use those for my title, as well as the word fall from the Element stickers. And so my entire title is going to be dogs in fall color, because I just thought, as I have two black dogs, it's great when there are lighter colors on the ground, just because I get much better photos of them. So now that I've got my title down and the basics of where my embellishment clusters are, I'm just going to add some more embellishments around the title. I add another floral piece. I'm so sorry. Apparently Xanthi does not like the fact that I am making a layout about the dogs and not about her. Now I do want to add another one of the embossed butterflies up in the title area, but I haven't made a decision whether I want to use a cream one or a gray one or a patterned one. In the scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. It's just something that I was considering. I do decide to go with one of the ivory ones, and if you saw, I also added a little bird sticker from those layered stickers up in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm doing a couple things to finish off my layout, first of which I'm adding some gold Heidi Swap color shine. And I love the color this brings, and I did want to bring some more gold in because I do have the gold in that title. And then I'm going to do something that people who have watched me for a while are going to call me crazy. All of a sudden, I have really liked using sequins. I made some cards for scrapbookingstore.com. There isn't a video for that, but they'll show up on my Instagram and on the Scrapbooking Store blog. And I used them on another layout that came out a couple days ago. I have to tell you, getting a jewel picker to pick up the sequins so you don't have to touch them is literally the best thing I have ever done in order to use sequins. I am really enjoying working with them now. It's just another way to add a bit of fun at the end. And so these are some older ones that I've had in my stash forever. They happen to be in fall colors, so it worked out perfectly. All right, that is going to complete my layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Please make sure you check out scrapbookingstore.com. And if you would like a kit, you can order through my affiliate link on in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.